with you once again this evening as we go ahead with our normal Monday evening discussions. And we are so grateful that this is our third time that we're on air. Tonight, we are once again going to have a beautiful discussion on issues of integrity. Remember, we are the pathway for Integrity Network, and we are back yet again to have discussions on issues of integrity. Good evening. I hope everyone is tuned in and you're fine. Wherever you're listening in from, we are so grateful that you're tuned in. We want actually to feel for our colleagues that are not well, those that are in hospitals and they're not feeling well. We just pray God to heal you. It is not a good thing to be sick because it ties much of your work. Everything that you're supposed to do is actually at standstill because you are going through a difficult moment. But we believe in our God, who has actually all the healing power, that He will actually heal you and you'll get back on foot and do great things once again for this world. We normally say, be a better builder of the world. Do something that can make this world better on a daily basis. My name is Innocent. For you this evening, and I have my colleagues as we normally sit around the table and discuss on such a beautiful evening. Sebo Mzee, Pastor, you're most welcome, Pastor Asaf Fuga Isabirie, who pastors the church called, Pastor, you'll actually give us the details.
Rest Assured Fellowship.
Rest Assured Fellowship, exactly.
Thank you so much, our dear listeners. Thank you for tuning on Smart FM. For us, we decided to be your voices, and you do great to be part of us every evening at 8 p.m. We are so grateful that you welcome, or you invited in your hearts the journey or the pathway for integrity. We are here to just speak to you and also to encourage you to be part of this show. When we talk about integrity, it is something everyone desires to have for a better Uganda, for a better Ginger. And mind you, we emphasizing trust today, like we did last week. Trust has been a big problem, and you know it very well. It has affected many sectors of our lives, and we want to say that you being part of us, or being a listener every Monday, you are doing great. You are more or less becoming an agent of change. We trust that you'll join us to reach where we can't reach. You'll join us to be our voice at your village, at your district, and everywhere you're based from. My name's Pastor Asaf Afuga. May you enjoy the show tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor, and thank you for making it today once again. We also have a businessman and a man of God in that same spirit. He is Mr. Gotte Mwesigwa. He's a known businessman in this town, and we normally meet with him in this studio to discuss issues of integrity. You're most welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, dear listeners. You heard my name. I'm Mwesigwa Godfrey. I'm a businessman here in Jinja, dealing in stationery. Many of you may be knowing the place on Zam Road, near Smart FM, Mwesigwa Family Enterprise. I'm part of Pathway for Integrity, where we teach integrity and transparency for the good of the community. And I'm a member of the board of directors. Thank you.
Thank you. To our listeners that have tuned in the first time, I want to take you for a very simple and summarized talk about Path of Integrity Network. We are a CBO that is registered in Jinja City, and our operational area is still Jinja City before we've become a fully fledged NGO. And our work is basically to see that we overcome evil by doing good. Many people have thought that fighting evil is by actually inflicting pain on those that do evil. But that, to me and to us that are in the studio, has not created any solution to the world. we need to have many change agents around that will speak good and do good, such that many that are living in this country, that are living on this world, can actually empathize with others, can trust others, and do so many other things. We know that doing good can be nurtured in families for the young kids, in schools, at workplaces. As long as your standard that you've set is for doing good, then definitely good will actually permeate every sector of our economy, every sector of our society, and institutions that we do actually manage. So that is Pathway for Integrity. We are registered. We are a faith-based organization, but also believe to work with whoever believes in any faith, because this good that we are talking about is basically something that should be done by anyone, regardless of the faith that they actually believe in. So that is where we are. And for the last weeks that we've been here, we did actually did the introduction of what integrity is, and now we are tackling areas that now are so important for a human being. And what we are dealing with is now issues to do with trust. We are looking at the 8 pillars of trust, and I'm glad to tell you that last week we handled one of the pillars, that is the pillar on clarity, and that pillar gave us a lot of information. Remember, we said if you want to be trusted, then be clear in the message that you communicate. Before you do anything, give a correct message so that they give you the right feedback. But the moment your message is ambiguous, it's not clear, it has so many issues or meanings, then people will interpret them the way you have communicated. And that will create mistrust, because people will not believe in you, because they will not understand what exactly you're saying. Sometimes they will take you the way you are. And to this, I want to bring a sort of question. What costs us if we are mistrusted? What are the costs of mistrust in our society? Maybe I begin with Mr. Mwesigwa.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that we can suffer when people don't trust us. And I've always told people that one of the most important assets, if you ever think about assets, is when you have people that trust you. When the community says, if it is so and so, I believe what he's saying. That's a very big asset. That is an investment that can last even generations, even after you have departed. They even ask your offspring that if your children are so and so, then we can trust you. And you know, when you're a trusted person, you pass it on even to the people around you, to the children around you. And in this world, people are looking for people they can trust. Even when that person is not trusted himself, even when he tells lies all the time, he wants to deal with people who can what? Who tells the truth.
Tells the truth, yes.
So it means that even the liars enjoy dealing with people who speak the truth always, who trust, who are trusted, trustworthy.
Yes.
So it has many advantages, and of course, for you as a person, it is beneficial.
Yeah.
And remember, even the other time when I was saying that, you know, in a short run, it may appear as if you are not gaining out of being trusted, but in a long run,
you gain a lot.
And
have you ever been in that state, Mr. Mwesigwa, of being mistrusted? And what did you do?
Yeah, you know, usually when someone appears not to be trusting me, I don't usually take offense.
Okay.
You know, sometimes a person who is not trustworthy, the moment you show some element of mistrust,
they shoot up and say, you don't trust
me. You can't
me.
trust me. The time I've been with
you.
Trust is not, and I mean, it is not demanded for, but you earn it.
Yes.
In the process, people begin to trust you.
Trust you over time.
So it takes time. You know, one time I was talking to a child, some child somewhere who had been misbehaving before.
Yeah.
And that child said, now I have changed. I told the child that me, I've forgiven you because you have changed,
You have
but
changed.
trusting you,
Again.
I will take
That's
some
take
time.
some time. Because I have to build this
You
trust.
have to work for it. Yeah, but you don't trust me, I've changed. They said, no, that's the truth, you have changed.
Yes.
But trust, you work for it.
Mm.
So, you know, when people don't trust, you feel bad.
Mm.
You don't feel good when someone does not trust you.
Yeah.
But you know, you feel so good when people say, no, it is so and so.
Then
Recently-
we can do anything. Yes.
I, you know, I like helping people and
Yes.
working with people,
Mm.
better make people's lives better.
Better.
We came up with a project where we wanted to rear goats.
Okay.
And it is a joint project to put money together. And, but somehow we didn't foresee certain
Yeah.
things, challenges ahead of time.
Mm.
And this project we found that after running for 1 year, it could not continue.
Okay.
But you know, when I told my committee members that, you know, we have to tell the people that the thing has not worked, I said,
Who will mention
who
that?
mentioned it? I said, but you will be speaking the truth.
The truth. Yes.
It's the truth.
Mm.
It's not a lie.
Yeah.
And you are not God who is always perfect.
Mm.
You've not been able to perform. The business has failed. I said,
But you see, Mwesigwa, the whole issue is that people, by their nature, would love to always speak what is good to be heard. People hate speaking what is negative and what is not nice. Just to
Even when it's the
camouflage.
truth.
When it's the truth, just to camouflage and seem to be good, you know, to others, and like, you know, I don't want to tell this person this bad news. I don't want to tell them the truth, because when they get to know, maybe they will react in this way.
And you know, the members, some committee members say, for us, even some other person I not to mention said, me, I'm not even come to the meeting because I don't want to look at the emotions.
Yeah.
I said, no,
You
we
have to say
tell
the
them the
truth.
truth.
Yes.
It's the truth.
Mm.
So, you know, when I told the people that, you know, this is what happened.
Yeah.
Actually, all of them except one, out of the 51 people,
Yes.
all the 50,
Mm.
at least those I wanted, they said, you know, we understand because we have seen.
It's only one person that came out.
Only one person who came to condemn me
Why did you
for
tell
having made them invest in a
Invest in
business
something
which
that
doesn't
doesn't
work. But all the others,
Yeah.
even this one, I sat down and I explained that,
Mm.
no,
Mm.
this is what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this person finally said, I'm sorry for reacting.
Mm.
I have understood.
Okay.
So I think when people have known you for some
For
time
some time.
and they have seen your track record,
A track record, yes.
it is, you know, they will believe, because I was going to be in trouble.
Mm.
If I was a crooked person who was known for being crooked.
Yeah, many people take offense whenever you tell them the truth. They will always want to fight back. But yet you actually placed yourself to actually tell them what they needed most. And when the truth is said, so many people get solutions out of what has been said. As opposed to when someone is told a lie. A lie keeps you in a false state of thinking that things are okay.
And you have to remember the lie you
The
told
lie
the
that
other
you,
time.
of course, you keep
Because
it.
lest you contradict.
Pastor Asaf, what are the costs to you of mistrust?
Yeah, Mr. Innocent, I want to draw a story
Mm.
from where I was chatting with some guy today.
Mm.
He's a businessman
Yes.
and actually a pastor.
Mhm.
He mentioned something that is making us to suffer as a nation when he was talking about his business experience.
Okay.
Because normally I always talk to people about this message of integrity and what we are trying to do as Pathway for Integrity Network.
Mm.
So as we were discussing, this man loved the idea and he told me that, you know, because I asked him a question that how many people who would love to invest their money but when they are not investing it because of mistrust.
Yeah.
And the guy said, I am the very example. I'm running a business of produce. I have some vehicles. I employed some people to take care of these vehicles, but I've packed some of them.
Yeah.
I'm running the business alone now. I'm overloaded with work just because of mistrust. Because there is no one to trust. No one I can employ to work for me. And I tried to ask him what would be the effect. How does he feel? He simply told me that, I would be employing about 20 people or more right now. But you see, there are many people in our country who are crying of poverty, who are crying that there are no jobs in the country, the government is not helping, they are seeking for help outside. But when we can really actually employ them. So I looked at the effect of mistrust, looking at, for example, people who are still young, people who are just developing in the developing world, people who are just coming up, maybe in the business community, you know very well you don't have capital, but there is someone who can give you capital. But because of mistrust, you cannot be employed anywhere. People move from one place to another looking for jobs. But when their neighbors have these jobs, but they can't give them the jobs just because of not being trusted. We talked about service providers like builders, like mechanics. And then when I mentioned about a builder, I said, you know what? Somebody can build for you a funny house, which actually will collapse within a short time.
Yeah.
And when they realize that you have identified them in this community, they move to another community. They move to another district, for example, to work from there. But this guy said, but the problem is that your sin will always go ahead of course. By the time you reach in another district, it's the same problem you face or you experience, and they again chase you from there. So I believe we are talking to many young people who are coming up in development or with development, many who are suffering, many who are out there. You have just come from maybe the university, you've just finished your course, they have entrusted you with a job, but because of your character, because of mistrust, you lose a job within a short time. The reason as to why we are talking to you out there is to help you be a person who can be trusted, so that you can retain your job. You can you can be, people can invest in you. Actually, that's what I can say. Those who are bypassing you can see your good character and say, oh look, I can invest in this person. So we are suffering a lot. We have a lot of unemployment in the country, not because this country does not have resources. We have people who have resources, who want to invest their money in this country, but because of mistrust, their money is in the bank. They are suffering with their businesses alone, and actually this is also creating it creates some kind of underdevelopment, because if someone is running many things at a go, it means this person will not fulfill or accomplish everything.
Yeah. All right, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we get back, we shall definitely start on our topic tonight, which is the second pillar of trust, that is compassion. We want to look into this and how compassion definitely gives a person more trust. How do you trust more when you're a compassionate person? You're going to have a lot of issues down there that you will understand about being a person of compassion. Please stay tuned. We are getting back. Short commercial break, and we are 27 minutes past 8. And this is your show, The Reference Point, but particularly on Monday we discuss about issues of integrity. We have the Path of Integrity Network in the studios, and we have actually discussed quite a lot in our first segment. We still have more that you are going to listen to. You're most likely going to give us a feedback later on in the show. Please prepare your question, your inquiries, and any information that you want to get back to us as feedback later on, as we shall let our call-ins. Now, I told you that on coming back, we are going to look at compassion as one other pillar of integrity, of trust, yes. One other pillar of trust. I want us to start with this question. Maybe I would pose the question to Bwana Mwesigwa. How do you get people to trust you? And who do you trust more in your life? There are two questions, but you can attempt both or attempt one. It's not a must to answer both.
Yeah, people, as I said earlier, that trust is built,
Yes,
but not demanded. For you earn it,
yes.
you earn trust. You don't demand for it. And me, when I'm dealing with someone for the first time, I will give that person time to trust him.
To trust you. So he has to
Because
know you
he
more.
will observe me,
Mhm.
what I say,
Mhm.
what I do. And you realize that what I say and do is what is in my heart.
Okay.
And that's how we're defining integrity.
Yes.
And over time, the person himself will be the one to express that, I think now I
I
trust.
trust this person.
Because the time I've seen you, I've not seen anything that I can question. in you.
So it's all about your actions that
It's
will
all
let
about,
them actually trust you.
Your actions. And also the way you show interest in being useful to them, adding value to people's lives.
Do
Even
you
in
care
business,
about them?
You care about them. Even when you are, me, I'm a business person.
Yes, yes.
But apart from just getting money,
Getting
from
the
people,
money from the
but I want the customer to be happy.
Yeah.
To feel happy that is fortunate or feels blessed to have given me
serve.
his money,
Okay.
because I've served that person with actually that very word, with compassion,
With compassion. Wow.
with love,
Wow.
with
So
understanding.
people want to work and trust those that care about them.
Uh-huh.
It's about care.
About care.
Do I care about Mwesigwa? Do I care about Pastor Asaf?
You trust.
And this care is not something you're going to advertise. You have to act.
No.
You can't move out and say, "Yeah, I care about people."
No. They will see
Okay.
themselves.
Yes.
So you give them time because that's what is in you. And as long as that's what is in you, it will come out.
But you see, Brother Godfrey, there are moments in life when you get to be overwhelmed by one, either schedules or the number of customers, for example, you as a business person, and the time that you'd spend giving to maybe a customer while there are few is not the same time you're going to give while there are many. Will they feel the care when it is a busy schedule? Or you'll say, no, it's enough. You're asking so many questions. You can't.
If you want to develop trust, people trust you, you have to be patient.
Yes.
And you have to manage what they call anger. Sometimes pride.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you get many customers, you can be puffed up. And you think, after all, they have to come
They have
anyway.
to come anyway. This is the place where they have to get what they want. Okay, Pastor,
Yes,
I want to pose the same question to you. How do you get people to trust you? You're a pastor, a church man.
No, Mr. Innocent,
Yes.
there are many components that make up trust. People base on many things to trust someone.
Okay.
Like you are telling us that we are talking about the 8 pillars of trust. When you look at all these pillars, each pillar has its own virtue. It has something it carries. Things like clarity, something like compassion, the care is talking about. So you realize that people will base on many things to trust someone. It may not only be one thing. One can say that I trust him because he's faithful with money. I don't trust him because he's not faithful with women or something of that kind. So
Don't
trust
my wife.
I trust him. So trust may vary from one degree to the other. There's this other question you asked.
Yes.
Who do you?
Who you need to tell us this. Who do you trust more?
Who do you trust more? One thing I can tell is that if you ask many people that question, most of the answers you can get is that actually for me I trust no one.
Maybe I will ask even the listeners to tell us. Who they trust.
I trust no one. But we forget about one person. Actually, we can trust. Based on the writer David Hosega, who said that we can trust our mothers. because our mothers will always have compassion, will always be committed, and will always sacrifice for our lives to live, for us to live. So the only person you can say that I trust 100% is your mother. But even mothers who drop their children on the street.
On the streets.
Some
Those
throw
are
them
not
in the
mothers.
So I don't know
So
when
not
it comes
every
to
mother.
that.
Not every mother is a mother.
Maybe others, they are just women.
Yeah, others are women. The quality, the virtue of being a mother is something actually so important that someone has that attachment with the child. In fact, David Osaga continues to say that although nurses and teachers and pastors are some of the most trusted people in the world, but nobody is trusted more than a mother, like Pastor Safa stated it. You see, very few people will actually trust anyone more than their mother, because they have learned from experience. A mother thinks beyond herself, and that is compassion. A mother thinks beyond herself. You know, even in families that lack, you'll find that a mother, after all the day's labor, she has done everything. At the table of supper, she's first caring about whether the kids have taken something. And she's the last to serve herself. I think you noticed that. She's the last person. However tired she will be, however hungry she will be, she will always feel the children should eat first. So that's the love that supersedes the other compassion that we can see.
Actually, we can say that compassion is looking beyond yourself.
That's it.
When you are ready to sacrifice,
For the
when
sake
you are
of
ready
other
to
people.
commit yourself. Compassion is evident in commitment and sacrifice. That's when people can really see that you really care for them.
Yes.
When they see that you can sacrifice or commit your time to serving them.
How do you show this compassion? In fact, there is Hosaga's 4 laws of compassion, where he talks about one, being a good listener. It's a sign of compassion. Being a very good listener.
Yeah.
How do you express this, Mwesigwa, in your business? How do you use the virtue of listening in your day-to-day work?
Business, even family life. Yeah, you know, it is a good virtue when you listen to people, because it is after someone has spoken out
Something.
that you'll be able to know what is in that person's heart. But if you hurry to give solutions
Before this person.
before the person has spoken, he may give wrong solutions, which may even be irrelevant to that person.
But we have so many things that distract us in the process of today's
Listening.
world, in the process of listening. Some are issues to do with our gadgets that we carry, phones. Others are schedules. You know, busy people don't have time to waste on listening. They always want you to straightforward go on what
the
has
point.
brought you. What has brought you? Please tell me. You know, you have this
I help
person
you?
that has to build a story, a mountain of issues
Start
first.
with hit the point straight away and you finish.
And actually, Mr. Mwesigwa is always busy, so I don't know how
How do you handle that?
he
Because
manages listen.
you will get this man, he has come, he's telling you. In fact, the greetings are taking like 10 minutes, and then after greeting, you will meander around issues that do not concern you.
I think through experience, I'm learning to be a listener. I can't say that I've been a perfect listener. Actually, sometimes my wife will say, but first listen to what I'm saying.
Yes.
Because, you know, I'm a scientific person.
Yeah.
I don't want, stories.
The story is here, things to be.
Direct to the point.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
And I think it has helped me to build
Yes.
relationship with my children by giving them time.
Time.
Okay.
I always told the parents that the best gift you can give to a child is time. Not ice cream, not chicken, but time. Give that child time.
Yeah.
And listen.
Yeah.
And I always told communication. Listen. Because in communication, listening is a very important aspect.
Yeah.
Before you have understood someone, don't hurry
To
make
give a
suggestions.
response. Yeah. Pastor.
Yeah, actually, with listening, I've even seen it with Mr. Mwesigwa. Whenever he doesn't have time, for example, if I've sent him a text message or if I've tried to call him. He apologizes if he doesn't have time. There's that bit of telling someone that I'm sorry, I can't talk to you now, or maybe I can talk to you later.
Yeah.
Give me some time.
Yeah.
Once you learn to apologize,
Apologize.
or to someone who can trust you, they will actually give you time.
Okay.
I've seen it with him. If he's not communicating now,
Okay. Pastor, as we wind up.
our dear listeners, we want to appreciate your tuning on Smart FM. You can still follow us at Usoga tomorrow for Usoga, same time 8 p.m. This is part of the Integrity Network, located at Clyde Road, Haji Hussein Building, floor number 1 and shop number 21. We'll be here once again next Monday. Please follow us. Thank you.
You're welcome, Pastor Asaf. Yes, Bwana Mwesigwa.
Dear listener, thank you for listening to Smart FM,
Yeah.
for this program. One thing I want to end with is that, it may look as if it is impossible to have people trusted in Uganda, but it's very possible people are trusted are there,
Yeah.
but they have been overshadowed by the few who are liars
Yeah.
and thieves.
Yeah.
But many people are good, and I think if we can embrace this movement, we can have trusted people in this community, right from school, right from our homes, so that we can have a better Uganda and a better world.
Great. Thank you so much, our listeners, for tuning in once again today. And next week, Monday, please tune in, because we are going to come with more on these issues of trust. We have so far tackled 2 pillars, the one of clarity and then compassion. And next week, we are going to bring more for you, such that we can make this world a better place to live in. Trust me, if you are compassionate, if you care for others, then you've begun on your journey of being a trusted person. And we say the benefits of trust outweigh the costs of trust. Do something tomorrow or tonight to show that you care for someone. Good night.